Also, by the way, can we just please give a moment to appreciate my fat folds right here? For today's video, I am sharing with you what I consume, my groceries.
It's sunny out of most days. You'll never see the sky if you keep looking down.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Mayumi TV. If you're new here, my name is Mayumi and just like you, I'm in the journey towards getting it together. So if you're interested in videos about self-improvement, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell right beside it so you're updated every time there's a new upload like this one. For today's video, I'm sharing with you what I buy at the groceries. I have my groceries delivered. I live in Singapore and right now we are having some heightened restrictions. So it's safer to have things delivered. They sell the same items for the same price and it's free delivery if you purchase anything above $60. For today, I ordered from 3 different stores. This one is from Giant, which is one of the major supermarkets here. This one's from Redmart Lazada, which is an online grocery store. And I also ordered from another online shop where I got all of my frozen items from. I ordered 2 kilograms of salmon, 2 kilograms of chicken breast, and 1 kilogram of chicken drumlets because it's a guilty pleasure and I needed to pad the bill up so that it would be free delivery. And I also ordered 3 packs of edamame, which is a good healthy snack option, which is basically soybean. So let's start with this box. I don't know what this is. This feels like I'm opening a present and I'm unboxing something. Alright, that's why it's heavy.
I know that you're in the open hold.
So I'm looking at this packet. I don't think I ordered it. Oh my gosh. Is this a sign from... I think this is a sign from the universe trying to tempt me to eat all of these because I did not freaking order this, but still grateful nonetheless. Oh my gosh, today must be my lucky day. Oh wow, there's croissants in here too. Oh my gosh, this is my husband's favorite, but it's kind of melted now because I did not expect this to be here. Oh my gosh. And crab sticks too. Oh, whoever ordered this, I'm sorry, but it's mine now. Is that a sign? Woo!
And if you take the wrong way, then maybe you should stay instead of turning around. So, but you keep on going.
Alright, this is gonna be a quick one. Let's start with whatever is on my side. I bought some Chinese... So the first thing that I have on my list is wongbok. I'm gonna use this for some kimchi. I also bought some Chinese chives for that as well. I also bought some onion leeks, which is great for soba noodles. I also bought 3 packs of bananas. We don't usually consume so much bananas in such a short limited of time because this would be ripe and overripe within a week and we can't finish too much, but I deliberately chose so much so that I can freeze them once it's overripe and I can use them for my smoothies. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I'm a big fan of fruit smoothies. And speaking of which, I also bought some chopped spinach for that as well. I add probably like 3 servings of these. And I also bought some wholemeal wraps, which is my guilty pleasure. Surprisingly, the calories on this one is not really that much, but it just like, it makes everything better. I also bought some bottle gourd, carrots. I believe this was 95 cents each. Carrots is also a staple in this household. I bought some white onions. I still do have some red onions on my countertop, so I bought some white instead. And my favorite salad recipe would be, oh freaking hell, this is rocket. I ordered arugula.
Arugula is also known as salad or garden rocket.
Is it the same thing? No, I believe this is different, right? Oh my gosh. Anyway, I have to check my invoice because I usually order arugula because that's my favorite type of salad. I also bought some Italian basil, something that I'm so freaking stoked about. It's so Oh, it's so fragrant. I'm just in love. I'm gonna make some pestos with these. I don't have any pine nuts, but I do have walnuts. I hope that works too. And I have some black olives, something that is again a staple in here. I usually have sun-dried tomatoes, olives, gherkins. If you want the tour of my fridge, let me know in the comment section down below so that I can show you everything. I also bought one Heinz tomato ketchup. Usually I would buy heaps of these because my husband is a tomato ketchup lover. Like, he can eat anything from Wagyu steak to fish and chips. Everything he must have his tomato sauce. And the reason why I bought only one is because I still have 2 more. Aside from that, this was cheaper. This is from Meadows. I believe this is a European brand that is now importing here in Singapore. Oh, apparently this is made in Turkey. And I want him to try this one out and see if it's better. Then maybe I can buy more. I also have my soluble coffee. I always have coffee in the morning. I just add fresh milk, coffee, and ice to start my day with caffeine. Yes, yes, yes. You don't get this energy out of nowhere. To be fair, it's already nighttime and I still have this energy. Also bought 6 cans of peeled plums. These are 2 types. One would be chopped tomatoes and one would be peeled plum tomatoes. This is again another staple. We stock up on this because we always have recipes that require tomato sauce. Speaking of which, I also bought some tomato paste. My husband doesn't usually use tomato paste when he cooks, but for me, Filipino dishes, for instance, would require tomato paste. And I'm half Persian, and a lot of the recipes that are tomato based would be great if you use some chopped tomatoes, fresh ones, if you have access to real good ingredients, like fresh ingredients. Unfortunately, our produce is not as Unfortunately, our produce is not as fresh and as good and juicy as those that are available in Europe, so I have to settle for some canned tomatoes and add some tomato paste for some creaminess and extra layer of flavor. So I bought 4 pieces of that apparently. Also, by the way, can we just please give a moment to appreciate my fat folds right here? Aren't they lovely? Like, sometimes you feel insecure, right? You feel insecure about your fat folds and you zoom in on your insecurities, but I am just in a state of my life wherein whenever I see other women showing and flaunting their fat folds, like, it's just normal, it's beautiful, it's part of who they are, I'm just in awe. And I'm just so happy that right now I can easily flaunt it and just be proud of how beautiful it is. It's raw, it's genuine, it's authentic, it's really who I am. And I just want to give a moment to appreciate my fat folds right there. Shout out, flexing my fat folds. So this side of the grocery is done. Aside from that, I also ordered some tuna chunks in spring water. We always make it a habit to look into what goes into what we buy in this house. I understand there are some guilty pleasures. You would make impulsive buys, especially if you're in the grocery and you're hungry and you just want some snacks and something that you've been craving for, even if it's not so healthy, but you crave for that specific taste. I understand that part of the equation. But on the other end as well, as much as we could, we make sure that we buy staples that are as clean as possible. Yeah, I don't want extra oil in my tuna. I just season it with however I want to eat it. I'm not really a fan of tuna flakes, to be honest. Anything canned food is not really the best to begin with, but it's something easy to prepare, especially when you're watching your calories or you're watching your fat intake. Aside from that, I bought this fried sardines 555 from the Philippines. I bought 3 pieces. Again, not the healthiest, but I've tasted it. It tasted so good, so I just ordered this one. Just fry it, stir fry it, and then add some pasta in it, and it's so good. It's one of those comfort food, I believe, so I just bought and stocked up some. I also bought one more that is Spanish style sardines in oil. I don't usually consume this on a regular basis, but you know, it's available sometimes because I am from the Philippines, but I'm based in Singapore, so whenever I see some products that would remind you of how it tastes like to be at home, sometimes I give it a try, and then sometimes when you taste it and you're like, oh, okay, it's not that fulfilling, so I stopped buying them. But anyhow, I also bought 1 tray of egg. Again, there are just 2 people in this household, but we can easily consume this without a doubt. It's something that is also very healthy healthy and easy to prepare. So what I do would be like boil 6 eggs in one go, and I'll be eating it all throughout the week. Or sometimes we would make some simple egg dishes as well, or make some avocado toasts. So having eggs in your pantry, in your household, in your fridge is really a staple for us. Aside from that, I also bought Thai rice berry. It's color purple. I don't really know what the benefits are, but I'm assuming it's less refined like white rice would be. So I just mix this in with my mixed brown rice. I add some barley in the mix as well, and that's what I consume as my main rice. I have another video showing you what's inside my pantry, especially now that I'm in my weight loss journey. If you're interested, please do watch that so that you can see everything that I have in stock in my place, in my kitchen, in my pantry, aside from this grocery haul. So that's everything that I bought that are non-perishable. The rest are perishable. So I did buy myself some celery. This celery is, I believe, is $3.50 Singaporean dollars. If I want to meal prep, I chop it and put it in water and put it in the fridge. Eat it with some hummus, or I actually prefer eating it fresh. There are some brands of celery that they import here in Singapore that is quite bitter for my liking, especially if you want to eat it raw, because that's all I eat celeries for. I only eat it raw. I don't add it in on my recipes. I don't particularly enjoy the taste. I like the texture when it's raw, but I don't do juicing as well because I don't have a juicer, and I don't really like how fibrous it is when you add it to my smoothies, so I prefer eating it raw. It's perfect with some hummus. If you are an OG of Mayumi TV, you know what these are and you know how much I love them. These are beetroots, and what I do is I purchase them and I peel them and dice them and freeze it, and that's what I add in on my smoothies. It makes that rich maroon, somewhat similar to what I'm wearing right now. It's perfect, vibrant, enticing smoothie that you can ever have. It has a very flexible taste, so if you don't want it to be just particularly beetroot tasting, you can just add it in on your berry smoothies as well. And for me, it makes my number 2 really smooth. But I don't really use it for that. I just love any way that I can consume more fruits and vegetables in my body. I take it. I also have some broccolis. Broccolis, I believe, are the best, one of the best veggies to eat when you are trying to eat clean, because I just chop them up, steam them a little, and just put it on the side, and it gives you a lot of carbs. It keeps you full, and it's so easy to pair it with some protein if that's what your diet is. If you want one slab of salmon or chicken breast or egg, pairing it with broccoli would really fill you up and still add in the nutrition. I also ordered sweet potato. Oh, it's purple. I have to check whether I bought the purple ones, because I'm not sure if I ordered these. I just recently discovered putting them on the oven is divine. Mwah. If you bake these babies, it's so divine. You'll never have to steam or boil them ever again. Try it. I also have some iceberg lettuce, only because it's cheaper here. It's I think $1.50, and I use it as an extender for my salad. So I just do basic salad recipes. I also bought and purchased some oranges. If you have already watched my pantry video, you would know that we have heaps of oranges in this household because we make sure that we consume fruits daily. I also bought some of this king mushroom. Again, another fave of mine. It's not the cheapest. It's around $4.50 to $5 a pack, but it's so meaty. It's, if you're going vegetarian, if you're trying to go vegetarian or trying to lessen your meat intake, this is it. You should have this. If you have access to this, give it a try. I also bought some green mangoes. I don't know why I bought them. I think it was cheap. It's mango season, I guess. Here, it's not so normal to have mangoes in Singapore, at least not for my budget, because it's usually very pricey. So on top of that, I also bought 3 packets of these round spinach, which is 3 pieces for $2. I mean, it seems a lot, but this will. What I usually do, I meal prep them. I just wash it thoroughly and cut them, chop them up, and steam it, and then put it in my glass containers, which we can probably consume this in a day. No. Probably in 2 days. So half of it will be consuming in 1 day. Again, there are 2 of us in this household who would be eating such, and then the next batch will be for the next day. And as I mentioned earlier, I also also have another video of what's inside in my pantry where I shared with you everything that I have, all the staples that I have in this household. If you enjoyed this video, please check that video out as well. And thank you very much for spending the day with me. I hope to hear from you. Let me know if anything in this grocery list shocked you or is there anything that is quite new to you. And if you're still here, if you're still spending this time with me, comment down beetroot so that I can holla at ya. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!